welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We should get down to the secluded lodge to deal with Lynxia, I believe, because we have the quest to deal with the devil. We also have Chase My Shadow, which is the follower quest for Jaiathal, and we have Judgment of the Gods. But that involves Valerie. We need to talk to her in the capital. So I have the Ravenous Queen, but that's the megaliths, so that'll have to wait. Let's head on down to the secluded lodge. We'll probably have to rest along the route. We should check out this. Oh, we need to get to the Bald Hilltop. That's something that we have to prioritize, so I have to turn around. Evil pranksters. The cursed place known as the Bald Hilltop has brought hardship and woe to the lands and once more. Fae of all kinds have appeared, marked by the same raging hatred that fueled the magical beasts preceding them. They seem to have declared war on all mortals. The normal tricks have been replaced with cruel and dangerous jokes, and their pranks, more often than not, now end in death. One could attempt to free the Fae from whatever affliction is driving them insane, or simply drive the vicious creatures from the stolen lands. Octavia. We'll put in the 2 crisis points we have on that one. And then we have to just... Sure about that one. Just have to turn around, because I don't want the kingdom to start losing stats because of that. I might even ignore it if they need rest. Which they will, but I'm going to ignore it. The rest is a penalty -2 to dexterity and strength. I don't think there's much I can do about that. We should have a few buffs around. Seamless ability is nice. We should also get displacement. How long? That's 1 round per level, so ignore that. Delay poison communal. Your image is nice. That's what we need here. Ekin, cast Hurricane Bow, please. Can you... Yeah, you can do the Stone Skin Communal. Good. Resist energy. No idea what we're up against, so let's just do resist electricity. And Harim, I would like you to cast Protection from Alignment Evil Communal. Do we have any other? Can do the angelic aspect. That was not my intention. Level 7. You have Disintegrate. Interesting. Let's create a Greater Undead. The Grave Knight. Any other spells we can cast? We can cast Animate Dead. There we go. And now you can, Ekin, you can cast that one, and you can cast Haste. Sorry. I heard some red caps, yes. Let's do a fireball. Well, that certainly was intense enough. So we get a composite longbow, speed composite longbow. Oh, we killed a bogeyman. And we get a mental perfection headband. That is rather nice. +6 to all. Over here, we can loot all of these. Do a skin. There we go. Anything else around here? Nope. So that's the Ancient Curse Part 4. Issue an urgent decree. Well, I think we've done that. Now let's do a quick little rest to manage this. Lindsay, you can go back on cooking and you can do effective management to reduce the time spent. Here, begin resting.
You studied writing for such a long time, put so much effort into your art, and they threw you out of the academy. Yet in spite of all this, you didn't give up. Why?
Maybe because if I did give up, it would mean that they got what they wanted. Or no, maybe because life without writing would be so boring. To be honest, I never really thought about it.
Here we go. We are awaiting a report. The general's patrols pushed the bandits into the depths of the woods. The battlefield experience was good for the soldiers, and peasants from other nearby lands started moving into the area. 2 to community and 5 to military. And this one is done. The kingdom managed to persevere and enjoys peace once again. 1 relations and stability and 4 arcane. And the king's birthday. Okay, the report we will get in the capital, so now let's head on back down to the secluded lodge as I originally intended us to do. Probably could have skimped off a bit of the travel time by teleporting to Fort Groundbuster, but didn't think about that. Something is happening in the kingdom again. Happy birthday! The celebrations were spectacular and the king wasn't even there. Everyone participated in the revelries, from the peasants to the king's entourage. +3 in economy, relations and culture, and in addition we get a birthday present of 100 BP. Let's do a quick save here. Okay, I can't do a quick save there. There we go. Please tell me that you did not crash game. It very much appears that the game crashed. I'll pause the recording. Thankfully, it managed to save, so that was good at least. Continue traveling and enter the secluded lodge. Now I need to check quickly how we deal with these Hell Knights. There we go. Okay. King, how did you get here? Who told you about this place? I demand answers. Lindsay self-righteously turns away from Lynxia. Ooh, book burner. Do we really need to talk to this person? The kindest words I could give a member of the Order of the Rack would be an epitaph. Darwin told me where to look for you. What? Lynxia's hand twitches towards her sword and freezes at its hilt. How did this happen? When? Where is he now? I don't have to explain anything to you. Lynxia grabs her sword. No, you won't avoid the question so easily. Hell Knights, to battle! And then Darwin appears. Great job, my friend. I doubt anyone else could have managed to distract Lynxia for so long. Now all that is left is to finish her off. Treason! To battle, Hell Knights, keep Darwin alive but kill all the rest. You know, I don't like you guys. Thank you. Now, we need to talk to Lynxia. Done that, so... Darwin. Darwin turns to you and graces you with a shining smile. I thank you for your help. Without you, I'd never have been able to deal with this fanatic. I hope you will forgive me for the little show I took the liberty of putting on. After all, the results weren't bad, wouldn't you agree? Anyhow, it seems I owe you an explanation. Again, that's beginning to become a habit. But before I forget, please accept this modest reward. You've earned every bit of it. 20,000 gold coins. You set me up. Now Lynxia thinks we're accomplices. I regret if I've caused you any discomfort. I hope that the sound of golden coins jingling in your purse will help you forget this unfortunate episode. Explain yourself. I'm listening. You do remember the whole story I told you earlier, right? About the duel with the Chelish noble and the rebellion which followed his death? You see, that whole story has one little additional piece. Well, not so little to be precise, Darwin grins. His name is Mammon, and he's one of the archdevils. The Ardent Prince, or so I've been told. He's made a pact with me, and I'm having trouble upholding my side of the bargain. And his patience is growing thinner by the day. That Chelish noble had a pact with Mammon too, which I expect is commonplace for the Chelish nobility. And the noble was in no hurry to fulfill his end of the deal either. By killing him, I earned Mammon's gratitude and he offered me a similar pact. A handsome sum of gold and my cherished dream come true. That's what he promised. So how could I say no? What was the point of your pact with Mammon? I am to become a king. No more, no less. Darwin grins, but this time his grin is joyless. The subjects of my kingdom are supposed to worship Mammon as their official deity and pay taxes to his temples. It's not so difficult a task, I suppose, especially if you have enough money. The only problem is Linxia. The moment I lay my kingdom's first cornerstone, I'll become an easy target. She will instantly find me and promptly introduce me to all of her torture devices. However, I fear that soon I'll have to take the risk and establish my kingdom nevertheless. Mammon is growing restless, and in the end I'd rather risk facing Linxia than challenge him. So this means you want to become a king. Sorry. Oh yes. It was my dream ever since I was sailing the Inner Sea as a part of the Taldorian merchant fleet. I even came up with a name for my kingdom, Brineheart. Fond memories of those careless times when I had neither crazy zealots nor offended archdevils chasing me. Such a beautiful story, and the name, it reminds me of one of my favorite pirate books. Oh, so many stories are swarming in my head. What do you want from me? Help me get rid of Linxia, once and for all. Of course, your help will be amply rewarded. I can be very grateful. Do you really want to help? I mean, both of them is equally bad. But let's take his deal. Apparently we'll get some event later on where we can choose sides. I'll take your deal. Excellent. In that case, I will establish my capital immediately. It will be a thriving trading hub, and its king will count himself in your debt. You won't be disappointed, you have my word on that. And I always keep my promises. I hope the same can be said about you. Darwin smiles disarmingly. Await further developments. We can just leave, I guess, and pick up the loot on our way out. Longsword +1. Full plate +1. Guessing it's the same for all of them. So far, so yes. But it is money. Those full plates are quite heavy. A long spear +1. And a headband of inspired wisdom +2. Which reminds me, that headband that we looted, mental perfection +6. You're wearing a vast intelligence +6. You're wearing mental perfection +4. Wisdom, charisma, and intelligence. You're wearing the professor's hat. I think we'll let you keep wearing that. Or maybe, just maybe, we can give the professor's hat to Amiri instead, because that Stagle helmet isn't really that good. And then we can give this one to you. Yep. That looks like a good plan. Cloak of the Seer. Reflex and... no, Fortitude and Will. What cloak are you wearing? No, we're not going to take that cloak away. How about you? You need to wear that one. Okay. Well, off we go then. Let's go up to Fort Groundbuster. Strike camp. Rather than let's not strike camp actually, I can just rest in the capital. Teleport to the Throne of Wiv and enter. Let's go to the throne room first and foremost. Apparently there's nothing going on here, so let's go have a nap. We have some kingdom affairs that we need to manage. Linxia has now ceased interrogating our people. But -2 loyalty for some reason. I need to run outside and do some selling. Also, I hope that we can claim the Dunsword and Tours of Lebanese when the next chapter starts. I will just pause the recording while I sell stuff. There we go. We are waiting for further developments on the deal with the Devil Quest. And we also need to increase the ranks of kingdom stats 40 times. Then we're waiting a report for the Ancient Curse as well. But I wanted to talk to Tessie the Quill. The plump book peddler gives you a gap-toothed grin. Good day, your Highness. Who did you yell at? Them thieves came and stole a few new books from me, then left a note, of all things. Stolen by the brothers and a sister of Zottenroppel. Best wishes. The impudence. Decided to stay with us? For now. Lindsay wants my help selling the books she's printing. Trade is good, so I'll stick around and be an eyesore for a while. When I'm tired of it, I'll be on my way. She sells various books, I guess? Flagrant impudence. Now, we can go talk to Valerie since we're in the capital. Valerie nods to you cordially. Glad to see you. I hear you received an unpleasant letter lately. Let me guess. From Lindsay, right? She keeps poking her nose into other people's business. Valerie lowers her head sadly. Forgive me, Caledorn, I was hoping I would manage this without your help this time, which is why I didn't tell you. A while ago, I received a letter from a new temple of Shullin on the outskirts of Pitax from a paladin of the Order of Prisms. This time, they are not demanding that I return to the Order. Instead, they want me to go there and submit to a great divine trial and answer for all of my transgressions in front of Shullin's worthy servants. Valerie scoffs in indignation. Of course, I tore up the letter and tried to forget about it. But now they've begun to plot against the entire kingdom. Maybe if I do go there, I'll be able to convince them to leave us alone. Who knows, maybe it would be for the best if I appear for this trial. Valerie doesn't notice herself raising her hand and touching her scar. Why is it you never just talk to me? I have to pry everything out of you. Valerie blushes with shame. Please accept my humble apologies, Caledorn. Every time I encounter a problem, I think it is in my power to handle it on my own, and I cannot keep distracting you from running your kingdom. But time and again I find I must rely on my friends. I promise I will not keep anything back from you again. Then let's go there together and get to the bottom of this. Thank you. I am ready to go to the Temple of Prisms as soon as you have the time. Temple of Shellin has been revealed. Then we had the other companion quest. We're off to the Valley of the Dead, which we would have to bring Jaethal on that. While we're there, we can also grab some of those... oh, come on. Moving far too slowly. We can also grab some of the sites that we haven't claimed out there. Who should I remove? Okay, let's take out Valerie, no, Amiri, and put in Jaethal. I think I might have an armor that would be better to put on Jaethal. Not sure if I sold it though. No, I did not sell it, the dragon scale plate. She can't wear it though. Arim can. Well, it's definitely better than the one that he's wearing. Gives him 30 acid resistance. Anyone else in my party that can wear full plate? No. Is there anything else I want to put on? No. No, I don't think so. Let's then teleport to Varnhold. And let's see here. Let's go there. Then claim this one. No, that's in Dunsword. Never mind. So the only one that we could grab is the ones that we already have grabbed. Well, there are parts of Varnhold that we haven't explored, so I guess we should do that. A random encounter. Now I need to fix this slightly. There we go. You can attack that person. Can you... Not coup de grace. Can you charge? No, too far away. Dog, can you charge? Yes, you can. And Jaethal can go up there. Arim. Arim can go there then. Parfait. Not even a masterwork item. How disappointing. $63 out of 100. We're getting there slowly. Here we are at the Valley of the Dead. Here's someone called Taneka. The woman seems incredibly old and haggard. It's hard to believe she can move at all, let alone reach such wild places. But her dark eyes burn with a cold flame. Why do you disturb a poor pilgrim? I live perhaps my final days. She suddenly trails off upon casting her eyes upon Jaethal. Has Urgathoa heard my pleas? I have been waiting for so long. Jaethal does not seem pleased. She looks upon the old woman's pale and wrinkled face, barely concealing her disgust. You may call me Jaethal. You guessed correctly. We serve the same goddess. In case you are unaware, a servant of Pharasma is chasing you. We could help you, but first I would know who you are and how you might prove yourself useful. The woman nods lifelessly. I'm not surprised. The servants of Pharasma have chased me for nearly 40 years. My name is Taneka. What do you want to know? Who are you? What do you want from us? This cannot be explained in one breath. Long ago, I was a powerful priestess of Urgathoa, the leader of a secret coven. I had everything. Power, beauty, wealth, admirers ready to sacrifice their lives for me. I possessed the secret of Urgathoa's ritual, which grants the power to overcome death and old age. It demands the life of blood relatives as a payment, but what of that? I had given birth to 2 adorable daughters and raised them in anticipation of the day when their youth and beauty would become mine. But I was naive and overconfident of my power. I met an enemy who destroyed me and all my hopes of a second youth. But why would you care about the grief of a dying old woman? I still know the secret of the ritual, and I can share it with you, O beautiful Jaethal. The ritual will grant you immense power. You can even become a living being again if that is your wish. All I ask is in return is that you prolong my life, raise me as an undead. The other roads to eternity are close to me, and I do not wish to die. This offer sounds tempting. What do you say, Caledorn? Wait, tell me more about what happened to you. Taneka takes a deep breath. My ritual, it demands the victim be properly prepared. Some time ago I took my daughters to the Coven's underground hall and lulled them into a magical sleep that was to last many months. However, I did not consider that the father of one of the girls, also an adept of Urgathoa, would put the life of his child above his passion for me, and all that we believed in and lived for. The fool secretly went to beg for help, and where? The Temple of Pharasma, no less. The Lady of Graves is not highly revered in our country. Only 2 old priestesses lived at her temple. But when they learned that a secret coven of Urgathoa operated in the city, they called their inquisitor for help. I remember him clearly. So young, so proud. A half-elf of rare beauty. Thick brown hair and a gaze that burned with the certainty that he was his goddess's favorite weapon. He broke into the hall while I was preparing the ritual. We fought. A coven of Urgathoa against the Pharasma's Inquisitor and his 2 companions. Everyone died that evening, except the two of us. But no matter how self-confident the young Inquisitor was, he could not defeat me. I remember the moment when he realized it. I read it on his face when he lost his confidence for the first time. But then he rushed to my daughters, still lying in slumber, and killed both in an instant. Then he turned to me and said, "No way out." And that was that. Were his mocking words a curse or just a guess? I do not know. But they bore the fruit of truth. No way out. My coven died and my secrets were revealed. I had to flee, to hide from the Pharasmites in the backwoods down the rat hole, denying myself my usual luxuries. Without my daughters, I could no longer prolong my life and youth. Year after year, I tried in vain to conceive a child. Year passed after year, in desperate attempts, flights and hardship. My beauty and strength melted away, and I became a miserable, exhausted old woman. Jathal's gift is now my only hope of escape from death. What an ominous story! It could make for a thrilling book, but no, I don't like those types of characters or finales. You want Jaethal to kill you and raise you as undead, and in return you offer her the secret of a ritual? I do not think killing me is necessary. Only the pathetic remnants of my former strength support my body. I need only loosen my grip and my end will come swiftly. Yes, in exchange I offer a priceless secret. It can be used in many ways, to grant new powers or even a new life. What do you know about Jaethal? Why are you seeking her help? How could I not recognize the one chosen by the goddess? Her power in you shines like the full moon on a black velvet sky. I know that she can do many things, including sharing her gift with others. And what are you doing in the Valley of the Dead? I came here, sensing the awakening of an ancient and powerful undead creature, hoping perhaps I could somehow scoop up a handful of his incredible power, turn myself undead and slip away from death. But it seems that I'm too late. Taneka whispers and lowers her head. Jaethal, I have made a decision. I'm listening. Despite her detached composure, the undead elf looks at you with tension in her eyes. She lowers her voice to a whisper. We might accept this offer, then change the agreement after I possess the secret of the ritual. Knowledge is knowledge. Agree and receive the secret. Then I will decide if we should use it or not. Taneka looks at you with insane hope in her eyes. Then, with a trembling hand, she pulls a large scroll from somewhere under the rocks and hands it to Jaethal. I almost did not expect. I yearn to know that I have endless years ahead instead of an imminent end. Give me this chance, sister, and be blessed by our goddess. Taneka's eyes slowly fade as her life force leaves her decrepit body. A moment later, the woman falls heavily to the ground, dead. Jaethal looks at the corpse with disgust. Now, I propose we leave this carrion to the ravens. This pathetic, weak, ugly creature was unworthy of Urgathoa, and even more unworthy of her gift of unlife. Lies and pride, that's all you are and all you ever will be, Jaethal. Don't think yourself anymore. This woman was a monster in life and shall be even worse as an undead. It may seem cruel, but in my opinion we should not revive her. I am relieved that we can always find a common language, Caledorn. Let's move on. I'm impatient to study this ritual and hunt down the half-blood. He will hunt us down. The false merchant Eneo walks towards you with an easy gait. His calm friendliness has disappeared like a fallen mask, or like a mask fallen from his face. His clothes are decorated with the easily distinguishable symbol of Pharasma. I hope you've settled all your affairs with the poor old exile. It was an interesting show to watch. Time to explain yourself, Eneo. I don't have much to add beyond what I'm sure you already know. I am the Inquisitor of Pharasma, and for almost 40 years I've hunted the undead and cultists of Urgathoa for the glory of the Lady of Graves. I destroyed Taneka's coven, I tracked Jaethal into the wasteland and killed her, only to find that her hideous deity returned her to life. To put an end to that, I made use of a company of naive young elves from a camp near the Thorn River. What a stunning frankness. Jaethal smiled slightly, almost affectionately. Did you imagine, Half-Blood, that those youngsters could handle me and the king? Do not be so naive, Inquisitor. I held no hope that the young elves would kill either of you or your defender. No, I wanted you, rather, to kill them. And I did all I could to inform their relatives in Kyonin of the horrible violence you perpetrated. Retribution will follow, sooner or later. One lonely warrior of Pharasma may fail, but 3 elven clans will find a way to exact their revenge. There is no way out, Jaethal. Not for you. So you deliberately sent the elves to their deaths. They weren't even undead. What grudge did you hold with them? They were unnecessary too, to complete my mission. In my youth I thought the best decision was a bold, honest battle against apostates and monsters. But I learned much from my struggle against Taneka. There is nothing worse than seeing an abomination rise before you and being powerless to strike it down. One must use any method available. Why did you kill Taneka's daughters? They were necessary for her disgusting ritual, and their death was my only chance to prevent it. Do not forget who I serve. Their honest deaths and their soul's journey to Pharasma's judgment was a far better fate than their mother had prepared for them. Did you track down Jaethal right after her expulsion from Kyonin? Immediately after the trial. I was born in Kyonin and I often visited. It is uncommon for high society ladies to perform ritual murders for the glory of the Dark Goddess, so the news quickly reached my native Greengold, and soon came to me. When later the elves sentenced her to exile rather than the usual life imprisonment, well, how could I stay away? Now that's all well and good, but why do you come here now? I wanted to talk to you, King. My hunt for Jaethal is the greatest work of my life. She is the living example of the hideous essence of the cult of Urgathoa, the distortion of the world order and the triumph of the evil intentions of her vile deity. Even if I die today, this story will end the way I intended, but you can still change your own role in it, Caledorn. You've been playing games for too long, Zealot. Eneo allows himself to smile for the first time. I've heard this so many times, even among the priests of Pharasma. There are many who think my faith is insane and my methods cruel and excessive, but that is the fate of the Inquisitor: loneliness. Jaethal's been dead for a long time, a dead heart and a dead soul. Let Pharasma's Inquisitor commit his judgment. The world will sigh with relief. We'll go with awful neutral here. Jaethal has served me well. I cannot allow you to kill her. Everything will proceed as I have planned, with or without me. Go. And that's the end of an AO. So we get 2 shock daggers. No, 1 shock and 1 flaming dagger. Breastplate +2 and ring of protection +2. Keen scythe +1. Amulet of natural armor +3. Ring of protection +3. Masterwork long spear and just some regular loot on the guards. There we go. And I guess we can be off. But this episode has gone on very long, so I think that this is a good place to end the episode. Thank you all so very much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next one.